Welcome back, it's Magic Dad with another episode of Spring League of Patriots. And this might be our last episode, depending on the time. I have a feeling we need to go to True Believers, because we gotta figure out how to get to that place. Let's see if he can help us out. No, he can't.
Thanks for the... It's a corkboard.
Single room available in Soho Loft. Ideal candidate would be able to make themselves scarce.
Decades of...
That...
Oh.
City Hall, maybe? Can he help us out? Because we gotta get to Ellis Island somehow.
What happened to the coal?
He was, but he
Oh yeah.
What mate?
You know,
Tall guy.
that's him.
You were in...
No.
I only have one question.
Okay, hold
Was
on.
he called Lone Nut Pete before or after you got him invalided out of the war?
Look, I...
Incident.
Okay, yep. Come on.
Good job.
I've gone through
Thank
all this
you, Wolf.
before already. Let's speak to him. How do we get to Ellis
How
Island?
are we going to get to Ellis Island, old chum?
Well, we probably won't be able to get the ferry. A criminal mastermind will have thought of that. But you can fly, remember?
I know, but I get a bit wheezy going to the pizza place and back. If I had to carry you all the way to Ellis Island, I don't think I'd make it.
Well, ask the Bleeding Heart for help. She can fly.
Okay.
Never! Females have no business being superheroes. Plus, she has that whole self-righteous, politically correct, judgmental thing going on.
That's a shame.
Why? Don't tell me you're holding a candle for that preachy do-gooder.
Not holding a candle exactly. She waxes my wick a little bit, maybe. But no, I was just thinking that if she has to carry us over to Ellis Island, we'd be staring at her arse in skin-tight red lycra the whole way. But you're right, you shouldn't compromise on your political beliefs.
Now, maybe I've been a little hasty here. Perhaps I've let my personal beliefs cloud my judgment.
Jeez.
You? I can't believe that.
It's my duty to put the welfare of the American people before my personal grievances against some superpowered skirt. All right, let's have her meet us at True Believers.
I'll text her.
You have her phone number?
Of course he does.
Yeah, she gave it to me. I say gave it to me. She only used a 256-bit RSA encryption key to protect her mobile. That's practically a come-on to a techie like me. Alright, she'll meet us there. Just remember to be on your best behaviour when we meet her. We need her help, remember?
Yeah, I'll be my usual charming self when we meet with that menstruating moonbat.
Wow.
No sign of the bleeding heart. I guess that serves us right for relying on a female superhero. They're all right until a major criminal operation goes down midway through Days of Our Lives.
Yikes.
Alright, mate, no need to get worked up. Let's just grab a table and wait for her.
Let's go talk to those two babes in the corner.
Did you leave your contact lenses on the bedside table again?
What? The brunette looks just like that girl from Jersey Shore.
She looks like a gorilla in a dress.
That's what I said. All right, you can have the pretty one.
That is the pretty one.
Okay. Don't besmirching.
Why did you snigger when I mentioned that Fruit Loop besmirching my name?
How is it even possible to besmirch your name? Last week you got a citation for curb crawling in the Patriot mobile.
That was a misunderstanding.
Really?
Really, I have no idea who that guy was.
Okay.
Stick around.
Might as well use the booth.
We don't have time to sit down, old chum. Besides, my muscles are so finely honed that I never actually need to sit down.
Hemorrhoids still playing up?
Oh, God, yes.
Yikes. And the booth?
These booths are always empty, old friend. Apart from the old guy who always sits in the booth at the end.
Is that the guy with the book who's always making deals?
Yeah, and if anyone ever offers you a 10-point spread when the Jets are playing the Patriots, take my advice and walk away.
Okay.
We don't have time.
Yeah.
Hemorrhoid?
Okay.
Oh,
Let's speak to Stan and see if he has
Hey
anything.
boys, there's an ugly rumor going around.
What's that?
Yeah, well introduce it to my colleague here. He'll most probably want to buy it a drink.
Word on the grapevine is the Cold War warrior has invaded Ellis Island and is preparing to launch missile strikes against half of the country.
Yeah.
wait a minute. There are no missiles on Ellis Island.
Actually, mate, I'm pretty sure there are. Remember when Chimpera Caligupretzel was Commander-in-Chief?
Yes. Halcyon days.
Well, apparently his staff could never quite shake him from his fear that the Statue of Liberty was going to come to life and kill everyone in New York. They should never have let him watch Ghostbusters 2 if you ask me. Anyway, he insisted on keeping a stock of missiles on Ellis Island for the day when Lady Liberty awoke.
So the Cold War warrior is actually recycling our own missiles against us?
Oh yeah, it's a very cost-effective and environmentally friendly military campaign he's running.
Nice. Where did you hear the rumor?
How did you come to hear this story of the Cold War warrior invading Ellis Island anyway?
It's been all over the police radio this afternoon.
You've got a police scanner?
Of course. How else would I get advance notice when we're about to get raided? You know the funny thing about this attack on Ellis Island? Apparently, some dumbass superhero was tricked into helping Cold War warrior. He had all the police switch off their radios, so they couldn't hear about the attack when it started.
What a muppet.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that guy when word gets around.
Yikes. Establishing me. Okay.
We're supposed to meet the Bleeding Heart here. Have you seen her?
She hasn't been in all day. Perhaps she's busy at her day job.
Do you know what her day job is? Do you know her secret identity?
Sorry, boys. And even if I did, I couldn't tell. It would violate bartender alcoholic privilege.
Do you think he knows?
Does a duck sleep on its back?
No.
Do what?
No, wait. Is Dolly Parton's ass watertight?
I don't know.
Can I start again?
No.
Please don't.
Definitely don't.
Please don't.
This is a superhero ball.
Oh yeah, we've been through this, yeah.
Sorry.
What's he got that I...
Okay.
Thanks.
Sorry I'm late. I couldn't get away from work.
This is why there aren't more female superheroes. When there's a major crime underway, they spend 45 minutes in a phone booth because they haven't got a thing to wear.
Whereas when you spend 45 minutes in a
Yikes.
phone booth, it's just because your stomach is jammed in the door.
Could come
And
back.
when they do finally arrive, God help you if another superheroine is wearing the same costume. They'll forget about the criminals altogether and start clawing each other's eyes out.
One thing they won't do is disable every police radio within a 5-block radius and allow a psychotic supervillain to steal a battery of biological weapons to use against innocent people.
Assuming that's true, and I'm not saying it is.
It is, though.
All right, it is true. But how did
then.
you hear about it?
I have my sources.
That's because
You're
she used
sleeping with the police commissioner.
I hate to interrupt when children are squabbling. I'll be over here when you're ready to go.
Okay, is there anything else? No. That's all. Let's speak to her.
Normally, I find it pitiful to see a woman alone in a bar, but I'm sure you're used to it.
If that's
Bar?
the kind of line you use on women in bars, I'm not surprised you get blown out more times than a windsock.
What do you know about Ellis Island?
Are you familiar with Ellis Island?
I know it was used by fascist politicians to lock up people whose only crime was being born in another country.
If a few more people who were born in other countries were locked up, maybe America would be a safer place.
So there's no truth to the rumors that the Patriot Cave was built almost exclusively by illegal immigrant labor?
None whatsoever. Paco and Esteban are as American as you or I.
What do you know about the Cold War warrior?
Have you met the Cold War warrior?
Of course. I was involved in getting him the work placement at City Hall.
Such benevolence. Why can't you be more like her?
I probably could if I had my testicles removed.
Would
Might
that
be
force
worth
you
it.
to use your brain for thinking instead?
No, but it might give me the kind of terrible judgment that helps a communist terrorist get a job in City Hall where he can plan attacks on America.
He wasn't planning anything until you bribed him and then stood by while he was arrested and deported.
You can't make heroes act like villains.
At least, not unless it leads to a really good crossover.
Okay, shall we go?
Shall we take off for Ellis Island? You're not getting any younger.
Whereas you are, but that's just your mental age.
Mate, I really think we should do something about the flamboyant superhero before we go anywhere. He's gonna be really pissed when he finds out you've implicated him in some sex scandal.
Ha! What's that lily-livered panty waist going to do? Hit me with his purse? Insult my fashion sense?
Too easy.
Look, I just think we should take the time to explain the situation to him. He might take it better if we explain that it was the only way we could get him off. If the first time he hears about it is on live TV, he might go off the deep end.
Forget about it. That fairy would be too worried he might chip a nail to do anything rash. Now let's get going. I'm going to put that communist maggot in jail for so long, when he gets out, he'll be dead.
Yikes.